Okay. So we can get involved now. So, recently just taken out all-time highs over here. And, yeah. And that's what we were looking for. As long as that was there, we kind of always had that bias. We could go to SPX 500, USD. Always had that bias as long as that was there. Now, what we can see are pretty much, we have this imbalance by the end of this day for sure. We have all of these 4-hour imbalances. We have a break of structure right here. And what makes a break of structure is the high being closed above. As you can see, we have a break of structure right here. But the only issue is that, are we going to remain bullish now that we swept our highs? We don't know. But what we can do, we came into this imbalance right over here. This is our 4-hour fair value gap right here. And we can mark that out. I'm gonna make a night review tonight. Right now I'm just going over the trade. So we had this 4-hour fair value gap, but then we go into the 1-hour chart and we had this imbalance to work with. This was a whole, it came into this imbalance right here, which we could see by this color being white. We could do like a bluish color. We could mark that out better. So it came into here, drew in, and then pushed out. Then we went on to the 15-minute. 15-minute was just chopped from the morning open. Let me find the morning open so we could have a better look at things. This was the open. And we caught a trade when it came into here, retraced. We had this inversion, fair value gap, which played within, which is this usually orange color. And so we can say inversion FEG. So we have this inversion fair value gap right here. And we could move this style here. Now we have this 1 minute we entered on. I'll show you where we entered. So pretty much we had that marked out, but it never ended up reacting off of it. It closed under, so I didn't like that. But then we had, boom, this fair value gap. I placed it here. So we could remove that. Now we can I think I entered in here. I believe so. I entered in right here. And when it came in off of this, I entered in here. Stops was right here underneath. So here was another fair value gap. And we can say this became stops under FEG gaps candle. And so why I put the stop under the fair value gaps candle is because it's most of the time, if it's a good fair value gap, it's going to push into it. Remove this. It's going to push down into it, respect it, and then come back. Just like there's been times where fair value gaps get pushed through, but as long as it doesn't close underneath. And then we put our take profit above here. And we put our stops right on the tip of this order block. It almost came down, almost stopped us out. Right here was the take profit, right there. Yep. And then it ended up extending all the way throughout the day as expected, and I didn't hold through. because I was in class. I'm not trying to do that. It's not smart. And it was a 1 to 8. If I had multiple contracts, I would have had a one right here, one all the way up here, you know, on the extendo clip. But it was a 1 to right here, a 1 to 8. Excuse me. Good profit. Now we can go to Verizon. I also had a trade on Verizon. It was a swing trade, and I just sold it because, I mean, even though I knew it was going up, I just didn't like the money it was really offering. So we had this. These were from previous videos. We had this fair value gap right here, and that's what it was mainly for our FEG, right? And this for fair value gap got wicked through. So we could say here, as you could see, as long as FEG gap gets wicked through, it is still considered valid. Right here. Okay. So now we move down. I was already in this. I was in this after this whole move up. I saw this for our fair value gap retracement and the sweep of this liquidity. So then I went long right here. And it came down, filled in this one. That's okay, because it created this one here. And then that was what the trade was taking off of. We made decent money, and the stop, take profit, was above here. So I took it at the top, and it was right here to right down here, and that was my take profit on Verizon. I'm not going to go into lower time frames because it's a multi-day thing. It's not really. And Apple got me tight because I was long on this a long time ago, knowing that it's going to fill in this liquidity void here. This one really fucked me up. This one got me really annoyed. This is a new week opening gap, so most of the times these get refilled like they are doing right now. As you can see, this always gets filled. Usually gets filled. These always get filled. Majority of the time that gets filled, we could say. From this candle to this candle, since it's a liquidity void, and which it did. Now, I don't know if it's going to continue higher, but that was the whole move that unfortunately I missed out. Right down here, unfortunately I missed out. And yeah, back to SPX. What are we going to be seeing for the future? Can't tell you. Can't tell you. Maybe a little bit of a bullish run before it comes back down. We're going to need a rebalance of this. As you can see, we come into here. We tapped into that. So this was a whole price range. We tapped into equilibrium. But now we have this price range we're playing within. Once this is the next down candle, I think that this fair value gap, this is probably far, far future, but this fair value gap is going to get tapped within. If it wants to come rebound off this and then come and react up, if it wants to remain bullish. And there's a monthly fair value gap here, so that's even more confluence you know, it definitely needs to retrace. I'm really planning on seeing a retracement. You can like what is this? Is this equilibrium? That's what I mean. It's algorithmic. It came, retraced this whole price range from this low to this high. What is that? 1 pubic hair? That's 3 little pubic hairs. It's insane. It's insane. That's honestly insane. It's really sad, actually. I think it's sad how it's an algorithm. But that's the future. Honestly, I think it could really just be a flood to the downside for a little bit. Unless that was the whole price range I wanted in order to extend. I would have liked to see this fair value gap get filled and then extend upwards. That would be nice. But we'll see. As of now, this price range has been successfully executed. And that's what we have. See you later.